One Horizon, and I'm here with the CEO. So I'd like you to introduce yourself and tell us one or two things about One Horizon and what it's about.
Okay, so my name is Colin Murray, and I'm the Executive Director of One Horizon. One Horizon's mission is to alleviate poverty. And in terms of alleviating poverty in Kenya, we target four groups, or a number of groups, I should say. The first is aged women, grandmothers that are looking after the grandchildren. The second is young women, particularly with families that are supporting their families by themselves. The third is with young children who are either abandoned or have no means of support, family support. And the fourth group is simply the Maasai community, which includes all those subgroups I've just mentioned about. And One Horizon was established to take programs into the local community. It's driven by Kenyans about what are the biggest issues they face. So our job is to facilitate solutions that come from the Kenyan community, not from me, simply from the Kenyan community. And then we set about putting those programs into place with the community. But the key factor we have is that if we cannot demonstrate a measurable improvement in their lives, then we don't do it. So everything has to have an outcome and a positive outcome. If we find it's not working, we change it. But that's what keeps us busy within Nairobi particularly.
I'd like to know when One Horizon started. Whatever you've said about it's amazing how you want to help the Kenyan and Maasai community in general and everyone in it. So how long have you been doing this?
Yeah, we've been doing this about 20 years. Yeah, and the way it started was like everything else. If you said to me, would I end up where I am? Probably didn't think about that. But no, there's so many challenges in Nairobi that we simply just said, well, this is a place that had a few key attributes. First of all, the people themselves wanted to solve their problems. Kenyans are very hard working, and they just needed some additional step ups. Yeah. So the additional step up, we do the easy part. Yeah. We provide the resources, but the commitment is on their part to improve their lives. So that's how it really started. I've been in other countries without those attributes, so it would have been a failure. So we just simply decided we had to put one step after another, and you can really achieve anything you want to, if you've got the will. But you've also got to have the commitment, and we had the commitment. So one of the things that people will say about One Horizon is that we never give up, and you've just got to keep going, because life's never easy.
And it's wonderful how it's set up for like tourism and also helping the community, and God bless you for that. So I'd like you to take us through one of the programs, because you said it's about elderly, all the other groups. Yeah, so just take me through one.
So the one that I'd probably like to take you through is the Grandmothers Project. And obviously, as you're aware, in Kenya, a lot of children are being brought up by their grandparents through a whole variety of circumstances. But the difficulties in communities is that for the grandmas themselves, with no unemployment benefits, with no support, then indeed how do they look after their children? And what we saw was grandmothers in great distress, looking after a number of grandchildren, not able to feed themselves, let alone feed the children. So their life was dominated by a few things: depression, anxiety, and just despair. And I think you know that it's not necessarily romantic living in a village when you have no money, no family support. So when we looked at it, we thought, it's not going to take a lot to change things around. But the first thing we had to do is to say we had to get the grandmas being able to think clearly, because depression takes over. And so for 12 months they come into a peer support program. And it's amazing that in the local community, these grandmas didn't know each other. They were hiding away from their poverty, from the depression. And then what we did is to say, well, okay, so for 12 months, they went through this healing process. Hard at times, difficult other times, but when they started to emerge from that with the healing that occurs from sharing, we said to them, okay, how can we make your life more sustainable in terms of your economic future and being able to support your families? And they came up with a whole range of activities, and pig farming was one. So now we're one of the biggest pig producers or pork producers in Kenya. And because we've got all these grandmas, and what we do is give them the stepping stones, we give them the sows, we provide the feed, we provide the veterinary, and we say in 14 months, that's our commitment. And it can be a big commitment. And then while the training's going on, at 14 months, guess what's happened? Those grandmas become self-sufficient because we supply 3 to 5 sows. They drop around about 3 times a year. We have Farmer's Choice, who you probably know about. Farmer's Choice by the pork. Yeah, and so we complete the supply chain. So after 14 months, we're then able to say, or roughly, you're okay now. You don't need us. The grandmas come back into the program as mentors for new grandmas. So that's one of the programs. And of course, what then happens is that we then said, well, we think people would like to see this. So travellers come, and literally from all over the world, and they're amazed. They're amazed at the transformation in these ladies and these women who are now able to support their families. They've got food on the table every day, and the kids are happy as well. And the interesting thing about that has been, in terms of, we've found that the travelling public, they wanted to meet real Kenyans, and they wanted to meet people that had been able to change their lives and for them to contribute. So every dollar that a traveller pays in terms of their fees goes in to buy new pigs, which we give to new grandmas coming to the program. So it's a win-win all round. You know, the traveller understands that their fees are going to something worthwhile, and then we're able to expand the program. Now, people said it couldn't be done. Yeah, it can be done. You just have to have the will to follow it through. Yeah, so that's how we did it.
I greatly appreciate whatever you're trying to do. So I'd like you to tell the audience where you're based, how many offices you have, where they can find you, and.
We're based in Nairobi, and in our offices there we have 23 centres. We have obviously a very strong online presence, which explains everything that we do. So we're very happy for you to go online, have a look, and then follow us up. If people want to get involved, they can, and that's the way we market ourselves. Yeah, it's a very strong online presence. Yeah.
What are your accounts on the social media?
Yeah, we obviously Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as One Horizon, and obviously the website. Yeah.
So that has been brief and beautiful. You have heard what One Horizon is all about. So if you want to travel and travel for a good cause to help the community, please make it to One Horizon, and yes, they will help you out. Do you have anything you want to say to the people?
No, it's just that we believe everybody wants to get involved, and they can. They just have to have the means in terms of finding us. If they can find us, then we're on our way. Okay, thank you.